welcome to the Wild Eye Pub. Yay! Let's all do that. Thank you. Can we cut the sound? And make that stop. Let's cut the house sound. Thank you. Okay, well, thanks for playing our fun shoehorn, get everybody in their game. We trust that you'll make some lovely new friends this evening, because that's how it is around here. We actually have had people make friends, and then they come to the next gig together. It's so great, you know. So yeah, so thanks for being open to new experiences. And speaking of new experiences, there is no fish and chips tonight. Our fish lady was sick last week, not answering emails, and I finally put in, "Is this still your email?" She called me. She goes, "I'm so sick. I'm so sorry." So there's no fish. So there's lots of other great new experiences on the menu. It's that kind of night, all right? So I am Beth. I'm the owner. David, the other owner's in the kitchen with a crew making a bunch of food. Thank you. Tonight I'm also hosting and I'm serving. Laurel's mostly serving, so yay, Laurel kicking butt over there, yeah. And Anne is running a bunch of stuff, and we're so grateful I said, "Please come help us." So yeah. And then Michelle's in the bar, just taking it all in. So yay, Michelle over there. So we're so grateful to have this. I just want to do a little housekeeping, and then I'll introduce and we'll get started. First of all, right down that hallway there, that lit up hallway, we have 2 restrooms on the left. The first one has a urinal, so you can make good choices for yourself. However, both of them have condoms, so you're in luck. You know, if you're feeling frisky, that's right. That's right. Tonight, we're also grateful to have Ken doing sound and Michael's videoing, so thank you. So there will be a record. Don't get too crazy, okay? So, yes. You know that we use mostly local food, except for the cod, obviously, from the ocean over by Alaska, but it's not here, so it doesn't matter. The rest of the food is mostly local and grown by people that you probably know. So we are always kind of hustling to make our stuff. Jerry, you guys are right here. 5. We're always hustling to make our stuff, but we make it from scratch, so it just takes a little longer, so we really appreciate people hanging in there, and especially when we have this big crowd, we'll just keep pumping the food out and getting it to you, so thanks for hanging in there with us. Most of you bought tickets ahead of time. A few left lucky phone calls on the day that we happened to come in here when we were closed, and so we grabbed a few and we shut it down. We've gotten to add a couple more tonight. If you will be paying your tickets at the end, please remind us as servers and say, "I'm ready for my ticket and I would like to add somewhere between $12 and $30, something like that." I also want to say that a few people bought tickets for groups or bought tickets otherwise. We did try to make this affordable at $12 to $30. Some people bought their whole group at $12. If you're feeling able where you could put a little more in toward KVMR, since it is a fundraiser, that would be really helpful for them. They're struggling like so much of our country is struggling right now. So yeah, if you're like, you know what, since then I got a new job, or I found some quarters in my couch, or whatever, if you're able to throw a little bit more at KVMR, let us know, and we'll add a little bit more to your ticket at the end, and that will go also to KVMR. We appreciate that. And otherwise, the musicians are all donating their time, but they have this lovely tip jar over here, so we love to also have some support for the musicians who are so kindly supporting KVMR as they are. So thanks very much for all the give that you're able to give tonight. We appreciate that. Hi.
Do you have beer?
We have beer. Buy the beer. Yeah, Jeff Peach, that's always the question for you, I guess. All right. Security. No, I'm just kidding. All right, lastly, before we get this show on the road, we have worked really hard to cultivate a listening space here that really works. Gratitude always to John Cole, who went to Saul Rayo's recording studio and exactly duplicated this stage. So it's got all the great insulation and bass holes and Pro Decks between every line, and the lights, and the beautiful Bose speakers we put in, and the sound-sucking panels back there and back here, and even these wonderful sound-sucking chairs from Music in the Mountains that we got on a great deal. And you yourselves, clothed especially for winter, help to absorb sound. I called them sound suckers the other night, and Bob Wood was like, "I've never heard my audience called sound suckers before, but you are." So there it is. All that said, we really love featuring music here. We love original music, we love interesting music, well done, and we don't want it treated like it's background. If you want to talk about family surgeries or things that happen to your car, or God, arguing politics, and who doesn't want to right now, go in the bar. Go in there and have that rowdy conversation. If it's really rowdy, go out by the creek, work it out. There's a creek out back, you know. And then when it's all done and you're ready to listen again, come on back in here, be ready to listen. And please be respectful and aware of the people around you whose ears may not be working as well as they used to, or they may never have worked like they were supposed to. We're all getting a little long in the ear these days. So thank you very much for being aware of that. That's, I don't know about you, I go to some places and I'm like, I'm not gonna stay here because I can't hear the music and I don't care what those people are talking about. So thanks for just being aware and being respectful and supportive of people's efforts to come listen to this. And speaking of this, we were such lucky people to get to host the original Women Making Music series 3 years ago. Yeah. It was crazy. We learned a lot. We've smoothed it out a little, so, moderately. And so we are happy to welcome this particular batch back. And we always love supporting this. We love KVMR. I have discovered so much music from KVMR and made so many great friends. And I'm just so grateful for what they do. So we're delighted to host this again. I'm going to introduce you to your mistress of the evening. Your MC, all right? Your MC Schreiber. That's right, that's right. She can throw it down. No. I'm really grateful to Susan Schreiber for coordinating tonight, and she will do all the announcing and share with you who's up and when they're up and all that kind of stuff. But all together, for all the people who are here, please join me in welcoming Susan and everybody.
So I'm one of the DJs at KVMR and also part of the Women's Collective. And actually, I see a lot of DJs. So could you all stand up, the DJs of KVMR, so we can honor you? Wonderful. Thank you all for being here. Each band will have about 20 minutes, maybe a little more if they go over. And we will have 4 presenters, and at the end we're going to have a panel where you can ask questions and they'll tell you where the music comes from. And our first band is set to come up. This is Valerie Kramer. Valerie has loved music and singing since she was a little girl, and first picked up some guitar chords at age 17, wanting to be another Emmylou Harris.
Yeah.
Then her family took center stage until her early 50s when she returned to music, writing songs and forming the Americana band Mountain Shine. Today, she leads her latest project, Valerie and the Bear River Boys, continuing her Americana journey. Welcome to the stage, Valerie Kramer, accompanied by KVMR DJ Kim Rogers on harmonies. Woo! And Jesse Guerra on bass.
It's so great to see all of you here. We so appreciate you coming out. We are so honored to be up here playing some of my songs. I hope you like them. This first one, just pretend like you're in a wedding and the couple is about to take their first dance. Ready? Come on, baby, take my hand. Let your body move to the beat of the band. It's our first dance. last first dance for the rest of our life. And as we spin around, alone in the crowd, our feet never touch the ground. The whole world could come tumbling down. We wouldn't hear a sound. And I can't wait to see what tomorrow brings. Today is only the beginning. Something borrowed, something blue. This whole world looks brand new. 'Cause I love you. Come on, baby, let's go home. It ain't much, but it's all our own. Let's begin our dance as man and wife. It's the last first dance for the rest of our life. Let's begin our dance as man and wife. It's the last first dance for the rest of our lives. Thank you. Thanks. Okay, as Monty Python would say, and now for something completely different. Let's see, gotta make sure, just put new strings on this and it doesn't want to stay in tune. So this is a song that I have no idea where it came from, but we went from a happy wedding song to a murder ballad. So hopefully it's not the same couple. Yeah. Woo. Okay. Danny O'Shea boarded a train bound for New Orleans. Colt 45 stuck down deep between the rivets of his old blue jeans. Can you hear that whistle blow? Katie O'Shea stole away 'neath the black veil of the night. Thunder rolling in her heart, lightning flashing in her eyes. Can you hear the howling wind? shouts rang into the night. Arms of God were open wide. Katie flew into the light. Can you hear that lonesome cry? She's been waiting all day for that.
I try to throw it in other places.
Okay, roller coaster ride you guys are on with me. Okay, so this one, you'll kind of know where it came from by the first few words of the song. Gosh darn it. This has to be in tune. But this one's about my mama, from my mama, who I lost. But every time I sing this, I still feel like I'm having a conversation with her. Went to see my mother just the other day. She looked up and smiled at me, said she had some things to say. She asked me to sit a while. I naturally obeyed. She read to me a poem she wrote, and this is what it said. I yearn for the days of long ago, when I had eyes of a child. Every year a birthday cake, with friends to help me celebrate, and presents I could hardly wait to see. I remember the years when I was mommy. I can still hear you calling to me. And Christmas was a big event, with lots of hard-earned money spent. But it was all worth every cent to me. Those days are gone, but they live on
within my heart they replay. And you will see that there will be many more memories to be made. I can think of those days. I've got lots of time in this lonely place where I rest. Proud little smiling faces, Mother's Day weeds and vases, burnt toast and sweet embraces for me. Those days are gone, but they live on within my heart. They replay, and you will see that there will be many more memories to be made. When I am gone, you will go on. Our stories live on in those we love.
Thank you. Okay, so this next one
It's a relationship that kind of taught me perspective, mostly his. Okay. I look in the mirror, can't see myself. I see the reflection of somebody else. And I cry. You snap your fingers with your commands. You train me to cater to your demands. And I die. Where did I go? Why did I bend? When did I let you put an end to me? I couldn't see. 'Cause you came around when I was down.
you so much. All right, this is one wrote a long time ago. I need my other. And it's one of those songs where you just kind of get. I think it's a pretty good song, but it's play it so much you get sick of it. But this is a song about hoping for reconciliation, but learning to live without it. Sorry. You guys enjoying yourselves? Good. This is actually kind of fun. I haven't performed in a long time, so this is actually really kind of fun. Thank you. Yeah, I was telling people back there, it's like, you know what? When I tell my students I'm a high school teacher, yeah, you can feel sorry for me. Yeah, you're welcome. I just say, you know what? You're not nervous, you're excited, right? Same feeling in the body. All right, here we go.
Hey, little sister, do you mind if I call you on the phone? You see, lately I've been thinking that like me, you just might feel all alone. I only wanna tell you how I wish that we could be friends again, like we were then. I only wanna reach into your memory and pull out all regrets for all the things we said. Hey, little sister, do you mind if I come over for a while? We could talk about those blameless moments that we shared to make us smile. And leave out all the parts where we tore apart each other's hearts, like a work of art. I wanna reach my arms across this great divide inside and hold you tight. Tonight, a slamming door for us never meant another would soon open. We were busy building shields while unkind words were spoken. Little girls on a battlefield still I'll try. Hey, little sister, do you mind if I come over for a while?
Thank you so much. I'm told that's all the time we have. We could have gone on forever. Thank you.
I'm going to tell you a little about Roki. She is an accomplished musician, composer, and field recordist whose work bridges the gap between wild landscapes and the melodic storytelling. With a career spanning genres from bluegrass to psych folk, she has toured over 30 countries and collaborated with artists such as Allison Russell, Bill Callahan, and Elephant Revival. Her performances are celebrated for their ethereal vocals, intricate fingerstyle guitar, and a sound described as equal parts mystic, melodic, and wild. Welcome to the stage, Roki Kilroy. Hello. And just to let you know, on the second two songs, Diane Meisler will be joining on harmonies and banjo.
This song is a little bit about when you don't talk with your neighbors and what damage that can kind of bring to your community, and how important it is that we keep talking with each other, even if we have different opinions, because isolation doesn't really help anything.
I'm alone in here, it is perfectly clear, alone pondering. You're alone in there, in a creaky old chair, alone ruminating. Oh, not much here to say then, good night and good day. You're the lay. Nothing more and no less, oh, I love you the best. I'm alone, you're alone, we're alone in here. I am blue in here, not a fool, my dear. Blue honoring. You are blue in there, had I better be scarce. Blue armoring. Oh, the clock is in spin, contemplating the end. Yodelay, lay. Words alone and no match for philosophy's trash. For I'm alone, you're alone, we're alone in here. Oh, but faith and patience, we've a cure in the spin. You're the lay. Holding thread, silk and wound, we had better get out. For I'm alone, you're alone, we're alone.
So it's best not to stay alone in here. We're gonna try this little stomp box, see if it'll work. You guys hear that? Let me know if it's too overpowering. Maybe raise your hand if it's like too overpowering. Because sometimes it can like be one way or the other, you know. It's worse if it's too loud, you know. Okay. Early September, and the heavy gray clouds, well, they cried down from their silent white sky. Children laughing autumn leaves, and those streets are washed clean. Well, let that silver rain fall over me. Pour down and set me I'm walking with a quiet man, a dark silhouette, appearing so untouchable against the golden sunset, and he holds with him an iron box tightly in his fist. How can I pry it open? Pandora's getting curious. What's on the inside, keeping him so far away? On this painted horizon, looks like it's gonna pour. How many days will pass? How much ground will soak this storm? It'll be a long time till the sun is gonna shine. But look up, keep up, and don't keep smiling till the morning comes, till the morning sun. So keep looking forward, 'cause there's no turning back. I can feel headlights coming round the bend of this old track, and as I gaze into those dark green eyes, I can feel a change is coming. Revolution's on the rise. I said, keep looking forward, 'cause there's no turning back. I can feel headlights coming around the bend of this old track, and as I gaze into those dark green eyes, I can feel a change is coming. Revolution's on the rise, and I know Pandora's found her pride. I can feel that change. Can you feel it? I'm gonna have you guys help me out with this one. So, the high voices. We're gonna do this. I can feel that change. The low voices are gonna go. Can you feel it? I'll do the rhythm in a second here. And then I'm gonna have you do that while I continue. And feel free to clap as well, and I'll kind of direct you in that one once I can get to that spot. I can feel that change. I can feel it. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? I can feel that change. I can feel that change. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? I can feel that change. I can feel that change. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? I can feel the change. I can feel that change. Can you feel it? Keep going, you know. Can you feel it? I can feel that change. I can feel it, feel it, feel it. Can you feel it? I can feel it. Can you feel it too? I can feel it. Can you feel it? I can feel it, feel it, feel it. Can you feel it, feel it, feel it? I can feel it, feel it. Can you feel it too? Keep going. So keep looking forward, 'cause there's no turning back. I can feel headlights coming around the bend. It's so distracting as I gaze into that dark green night. I can feel the changes coming, revolutions on the rise. I said, keep looking forward now, keep looking forward now, keep looking forward now, no turning back. Keep looking forward now, keep looking forward, keep on, keep on, keep on. Ah, 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 ah. I can feel that change. I can feel that change. I can feel that change. Nice, keep going. Keep looking forward now, keep looking forward now, keep looking forward now, no turning back. Keep looking forward now, keep looking forward, keep looking forward now, no turning back. I can feel that change. You can feel it too. I can feel it, feel it, feel it. I can feel it. You guys are great. Thank you for making the song cool. I want to introduce to the stage a really fantastic songwriter, Diane Mesner. She's awesome.
I'm so glad I landed in Rocky's lap a few days ago, figuratively speaking. And I'm 12 days out from surgery. Ask me about my knee replacement.
Yeah, she's walking around, and I wonder if we could get some more vocals on Diane, por favor. This song I wrote a long time ago. I was 17 actually, and I hadn't played it for a long time, but I know it's one of Susan's favorites, so I thought I'd play it. It's called Home. It's about wherever you go to feel like you're at home, kind of even if it's in a place in your mind. It's also about loss, young loss, and I feel like it still translates no matter how old I get, so. Red sun blazes across a big sky, slipping into twilight. There it goes. Find myself alone on the top of a mountain with a sudden thought is a war against regret, fought and done. And the battle's over, but I'm barely breathing. Was there no way to keep you from leaving so soon? All my trouble in the wind in the open to mend, I'm willing to believe it's not too late now to be on my way. Going on home, and the big sky is calling me on my way. Going on home, and the land knows she's calling me. Morning sun bright and quiet kisses the lonely horizon. Here it comes, looking down upon blues and greens. I hear the river sing a song to greet the day. Battle's over, but you're barely breathing. There was no way to keep me from leaving so soon. Only way to cleanse my soul is to lace up these boots and go the only way I know, on my way. Going on home, and the big sky is calling me on my way. Going on home, and the land knows she's calling me. The full moon wise and alone lights a path, beckoning to me to come along. So I shake my soul of any doubt, pick myself up and turn around to face this open road. Open road, This is a song that I think everyone can relate to. It's called Mama. We've either got a mama ourselves, or we are mamas, or we're married to a mama, or we have a cat that's a mama. I figured since it's a Women's Day show, this is a good way to honor mothers out there. Her skin was smooth as butter, and her eyes were like the dawn, and she gave a gift of wisdom. Life carries on, and the man she loved had one book to turn her soul into. But she fought him like an angel, and her wings carried her through. 'Cause Mama's strong and true. After all the hell she's been through, nobody's ever gonna bring her down. Strongest angel in the whole damn town. And the door is always open, though pennies may be few. There's sure to be something waiting at the table there for you. And you'll never see her frowning, and she never seems to cry, though the tears are stained forever beneath her angel eyes. Mama's strong and true. After all the hell she's been through, nobody's ever gonna bring her down. Strongest angel in the whole damn town. And heaven knows we've all had hard times before. It's not easy letting go. Mama, she has had some hard times before, but she'll never let it show. And her hands are hard and calloused from a lifetime working hard. She says keep your feet moving forward if you plan to go far. And the life she leads is simple, but the lessons she'll pass on will remain a burning arrow long after she's gone. 'Cause Mama's strong and true. After all the hell she's been through, nobody's ever gonna bring her down. Strongest angel in the whole damn town. Nobody's ever gonna bring her down. Strongest angel in the whole damn town. Thank you so much.
All right, welcome back to act number 3. All right, so Roki's quite the gem, huh? Woo! And Diane, great harmonies. I just want to make a reminder that all of these musicians are donating their time and talent, and that basket, tip basket, will be shared among them at the end of the evening, so please be generous. Okay, so up here is Sands Hall, and in addition to being a songwriter, Sands is the author of fiction and nonfiction books, including the award-winning memoir, Reclaiming My Decade, Lost in Scientology. She is a celebrated teacher of creative writing in all its forms, as well as a playwright, actor, and director, most recently working with Legacy Presence and Sierra Theater Company. Sands is honored to be here this evening and thanks the KVMR Women's Collective as well as Beth Moore and the Wild Eye Pub for so often supporting benefits like this one. So welcome Sands Hall and Randy McKean on reeds.
Thank you, Susan, so much. And yes, I'm incredibly honored to be here. And I just want to thank Susan and the collective and all of you for coming out and the wonderful, as I just said in that little introduction, I'm just so grateful to Beth and what she does and pulls together in this community. And then I'm really, Beth, just incredible. And tonight, like Laurel single-handedly out there also, bless her heart, and with Food Runners. And just incredibly thrilled to be here with my friend Randy McKean on reeds. It's just a huge honor for me. So speaking of Scientology, which we weren't, but there it was, this song actually emerged a little bit out of that because I think one of the reasons Scientology gets a lot of adherence is because it really, really promotes the idea that we lived before and you can know about it. So, but this is about that great big question I think we often have is, where did you go, that person that I loved? Like Valerie's mom. Well, I have so many questions. Where have you gone now that your sturdy boots have delivered you into a different kind of dawn? Is that you calling me through the wind chimes? Is this prayer of mine in vain? That I might know you when I know you, if I know you again. Wherever you are, I hope my love follows you. Crossing the dark river with a boatman or rising into endless blue. When I find feathers by the trailhead, when the wind makes the smoke billow in, are you telling me you know me and I will know you again? We used to laugh that we must once have been brothers, or saved each other in a flood, then swore some eternal vow. Did we share rations in a foxhole, stand together at the world's end? We wondered how we had tracked each other down, and would we ever again? Einstein says there's nothing more important than the mystery. Well, I stand in front of mystery, I bow down before it, I'm on my knees. Tell me, my dear friend, tell me if I can believe. Is it you when the door creaks open, when the eagle above spreads her wings, when the lights begin to flicker, or when I break a third high E string? Is this just my mind breaking open? You know, I can feel a little insane with this longing to think that I might know you again. 'Cause we both know doors creak open, birds, they all have wings. Lights often flicker, who doesn't break an occasional guitar string, but maybe it's really you out there trying to make me attempt. So I might know you, and I know you. So I might recognize you when the time comes. So I might know you, and I know you. If I know you, when I know you, if I know you, when I know you, if I know you, when I know you again. Randy McKean, thank you. So, a little nervous there, so there went some of those notes, but you got the gist of the song, and besides, it's emotional, what can I say? So, another big question that sometimes arises, I think, is, around the subject of arguing. And this next song, I was actually putting a set list together a few years ago and realized that I had sort of like A minor ballad, E minor blues, G ballad, and I thought maybe it was time for an up-tempo tune, and so I put this one together, and it happened to coincide with an argument with a good friend. So this is called Put Your Dance Boots Back On, Baby. What's the devil in me? Draws the devil of you out. It takes two to tango, of that I have no doubt. But you've just thrown your dancing boots clear across the floor, and you have just decided you are walking out that door. You have stopped the music when music needs to be. You got a tricky psyche, you'd say the same of me. But put your dance boots back on, babe, lace them snug and tight, 'cause when we fling our limbs around, well, everything seems right. Put your dance boots back on, baby, let's waltz and tango and swing. Click our heels and twine our fingers, get back to doing our crazy kick-ass whirling dervish kind of thing. Does not matter who is right or wrong, who starts these petty quarrels. Let's waltz away through sorry, do-si-do, apologize. Just put your dance boots back on, babe, and let's get on with our lives. Put your dance boots back on, baby. Let's foxtrot and breakdance and wing-a-ding. Click our heels and twine our fingers, hip-hop back to doing our crazy kick-ass whirling dervish kind of thing. Randy McCain on sax. Woohoo! So this next tune, I think it's actually, I believe I threw something at Randy at a UU church or origin story. I threw something at him at a St. Patty's Day or Celtic Day or something, and he was just, I couldn't believe what he came up with, this weird thing. Of course, he's got weird shit, so he knows what to do with weird stuff. And so I invited him. I had this song that I was putting into a different mode, which sometimes happens when you have an old song that just isn't working. And it's called Dancing Through the Heavens. And one of the things I so appreciate about Randy is, in addition to being an extraordinary composer, I mean, just what he does on instrumental breaks, but then he also writes his own songs. He's got Beaucoup Chapeau. I'm sure most of you know who that is, what that band is. And he's got Bristle, and he's got Tumble, and there's probably a fourth one I'm leaving out. 5 or 6. There's 5 or 6, anyway. So, but one of the great pleasures for me is that Randy's also a writer. And he listens to, I mean, many musicians do this, but I really just feel him listening to my lyrics in a way that's just incredibly important. So I invited him over to accompany this song, and he pulled out his various instruments. I'm a little embarrassed to admit that I actually didn't know which was which then. I do now. I do. So, yes, this is a bass clarinet.
Everybody asks, so just take that out of the way.
It's a bass clarinet. I know that now. And so anyway, so we played this, once, and this is the thing. And he just was so. I just am so excited to give this song to you. It's called "Dancing Through the Heavens." Sorry. I believe in distance, but I was afraid of space. The ebb and flow, the come and go, until I saw your face. Now we're dancing through the heavens, and we are swinging through the stars, and we are holding on to moonbeams, loving you. That's how things are. Loving you, that's how things are. You see, I once had my visions, but dragons ate my dreams. The moon wore shrouds, despair hung clouds over my hopes and dreams. But you pulled me out of that misty, misty land, and you waltzed me through the stars. Space to roam, it's always home, when and where you are. Yeah, we are dancing through the heavens, and we are swinging through the stars, and we are holding on to moonbeams, loving you. That's how things are. Loving you. That's how things are. the night, unfold the light. We are dancing side by side. Yeah, we're dancing through the heavens, and we are swinging through the stars, and we are holding on to moonbeams, loving you. That's how things are. Loving you. That's how things are. Loving you. That's how things are. Randy McKean. God.
Play this song that appears in the back of my neck.
So this next and final song of our set is a new one. It's brand new, and I'm extraordinarily nervous. I think it's why I've been nervous through this whole set, because the only person that's heard it so far is Randy, because he had to, because he's going to play with me. So,
I liked it, you know it's good.
yeah. Oh, that's right. I played it so publicly. Yeah, I played it on April's show. April, thank you. Yes. Therefore, KVMR audience, and also just, I can't believe there's so many DJs in the room. It just makes me so happy. And you're a former DJ. So the genesis of this song actually was 2016 in the first Trump administration. And I was at the time teaching a class called Introduction to Myth and Fairy Tale, which I loved. I was a professor back east and got to do that course every year, which was wonderful because I got to teach myself everything I wanted to know about these items. So I was very full of the tropes of fairy tales, and I wanted to do the political situation with these fairy tales, but the song kept turning into a song about like, oh, the Prince Charming didn't work out. And that wasn't the song I wanted to write at all. And the other thing is that there was this thing in me that kept going like, no, you have to make it end happily. And there's hope. And I was trying to get, try rhyming fracking and children in cages. It just wasn't working as a song. Let's just say that. So I put it away. And but the sheaf of this, there's like in a folder, right? There's, 19 drafts. So I forget about it. Then I know I'm going to play with Randy, and he is a muse for me. I can hear him. I can hear him on things. Like, I think I can hear a clarinet on this. Because now I know what that is. And so I said, Randy, actually it was just great how it came about. Anyway, so here's this song, and it's called We're in the Deep Woods Again. And we are. So this is a bit unrelenting, but I hope to cheer you up later in some way. So. And also, I really hope I remember all the words. So if I periodically, you'll just know there are words, but I'm nervous, so. I can't hear the guitar. Can you hear it out there? Can I have a little more guitar from me?
That's right. You're switching guitars.
This is why we had our sound check.
Mortifying. Especially when I've been practicing in my living room.
Thanks to Ken Schumacher for doing sound tonight.
We'll start that again. This is called, it's called We're in the Deep Woods Again. the deep woods again. Thought we were heading somewhere else, but wound up here instead. The forest is gloomy, dark and deep, with the magic potion made me sleep while the witch iced the house of gingerbread. We lost track of the magic's gate, whence we'd crossed the sea of glass. And we danced so hard we wore the scrolls right off 12 pairs of dancing shoes while the wolf blew down our house. While the wolf blew down our house. We're in the deep woods again. Ate the poisoned apple, climbed in the casket made of glass. By the pricking of our thumbs, we knew that wickedness would come. It's a little late to say alas, 'cause we just stood there looking left and right, wondering just which way we'd go. Now the branches reached their scary arms. Wish we had a magic wand, but we opened the third walnut long ago. Yeah, we knew the ice was melting long ago. Wish there could be a happy ending. That's usually how the story goes, but empires rise, empires fade. Though once upon a dream it becomes mislaid. But wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if it happened once? If it happened once, if it happened once upon a time and long ago. Deep woods again. Went to war for the magic key, even knowing where those doors will lead. Now we're running, stumbling, full of dread, while the spinning wheel winds its thread. Let's rest by the laurel tree. We laid a trail of crumbs, hoping we'd follow them when things got dire. But standing where the paths diverge, I see they've been eaten by the birds, and there are soldiers laughing by the fire. There are soldiers laughing by the fire. There are masked soldiers laughing by the fire. If I had another moment, I would sing "Oh Joy Divine of Friends," and many of you have sung it in this room, and it would be all about the amazing friendship in this room, of which there is so much, and especially like KVMR keeping that 24/7, 365 days a year friendship going in our community and all over the world. Thank you, DJs in the room. And thank you so much to Beth Moore and the beautiful friendship that she supplies all the time. And thank you, Randy McKean, for an amazing set. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Sayan.
Okay, welcome back. It's our last performer before our panel. And I know a lot of you are getting your tabs for your food. And so if I have your attention, what I'd like to tell you is that whatever you go over your tab, beyond the first amount you paid to get in, will go directly to KVMR. So you're welcome to pay extra on your tab. And then, of course, there's the tip basket for the musicians. So thank you very much for coming. We're welcoming Rita Hosking to the stage. And Rita got the spirit, and she knows how to reach our spirit with her heart, her grace, her chops, and her spunk. With award-winning music spanning 9 albums and 20 years of touring, this hard-hitting troubadour and her consummate accompanist, Sean Feeder, performs soul-stirring Northern California country folk music. Welcome to the stage, Rita Hosking and Sean Feeder.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you. Here we are at the Wild Eye again. We love playing here. In fact, I'm going to play some new songs tonight, but I realized the only place I've played a couple of them are here. So it's not so new to you guys, maybe. The first one is a new song called The Oar. And it's, I took the idea from a poem I wrote in 2020. And every summer we spend a lot of time on Lake Huron and doing things with boats. And one of the first things I need to do is reorient myself with the world of oars. You know, because everything's backwards, pretty much. And I thought, well, that's pretty cool. Ready? I am the oar, you go back, we go forth, you go down, and we go up. When you're on a journey, my friend, then you should learn to work with us. If idle passengers weigh on you when your boat is sitting low, our shafts may break, lost to the lake, too much to go the heavy load alone. You dip and pull out silent blades with some sense of believing. You cannot see where we take you away. You only know what you're leaving. I remember when you were a little babe, tiny hands unable to reach. Soft and light, you rolled against the ribs, and the sky was all you could see. Now you want more than the sky or the shore. You want more than the fish or the ducks. I am the oar, you go back, we go forth, and that's something you can trust. You dip and pull out silent blades with some sense of believing. You cannot see where we take you away. You only know what you're leaving. dip and pull our silent blades with some sense of believing. You cannot see where we take you away. You only know what you're leaving. You can't see where we take you away. You only know what you're leaving. And we'll do another stanza saying, this is the first time this song, this is the first time this next song's being heard by anybody but Sean, I think. And he gets to hear it. I get to hear his songs. And it's called White Roses. And I'm going to send it out to everyone who's part of the resistance out in Minneapolis and St. Paul. When I see you again, I'm bringing you white roses, bringing you white roses, sure as your smile. And until then, I'm singing you white roses, singing you white roses, to be with you for a while. Trees, I can hear your laughter, I can hear your laughter, I can feel your grin. And seasons may change, but you're free as any bird, free as any bird, free as the wind. There's bulldozers in paradise, tearing out truth and planting lies, while you're growing gardens wherever they'll bloom. And I'm here singing roses, white roses for you. When you were needed, you reached out your hand, you reached out your hand, your helping hand. I know you can see it, how you're spreading white roses, spreading white roses far and wide across the land. There's bulldozers in paradise, tearing out truth and planting lies, while you're growing gardens wherever they'll bloom. And I'm here singing roses, white roses for you. Yeah, I'm just singing roses, white roses. Thank you. One of the first KVMR Women's Collective shows, I think maybe I've played two. And one of them was here by the creek. And the lovely Miss Kathy Barwick played with me. that show. Yeah. For those of you who don't know Kathy, we miss her. We lost her this summer. And while that was all going on, I was in a really bad mood because of that and other stuff, and I had just hit a wall. And I challenged myself to write a poem every day of August, and this was related to one of those where I was just feeling like, that's it, I'm done. And it's called My Good Side. And when I heard that Kathy passed, it all fell together into this short little song. My good side is gone and left me here. My good side is gone. She took wing into blue sky. My good side is gone. She left me for a summer's day. She left me for the sun. She took wing in the blue sky. She left me for the sun. She left me for a summer's day. She left me for the sun. My good side is gone and left me here. My good side is gone. She took wing into blue sky. My good side is gone. My good side is gone. This tune, I first played at Pam's house. It's good, not nice when we can remember these things. Like, you repeat them over and over again so that you remember them. And it helps when you're sitting right here. And this one's called Old Woman. And when you have, grandmothers that died too young, you start to feel like I'm 56, but damn it, I feel like an old woman because I'm now as older than many of them, and enjoying it. I'm an old woman, my grandma's ages, and I see their faces as I look in the mirror. I have weathered some storms, and I know my mind. If you don't like me, that's fine. I'm not pretending to be. I'm an old woman. I am not respect me when things don't go your way. I'm an old woman. I love who I am, and I am not meaning to please a man. I may not be as fit, in fact I might have to sit, but I know how to do shit. I am an old I'm the fortunate one to have made it this far. I thank my lucky stars for this head of gray hair. My friend Russ from high school, he took his life at age 25, and maybe he'd like to be alive if he had got to be an old man. We're in a stodgy museum, but we got so much freedom to break it all down. I got plans. I'm gonna start me a rock and roll band. I am an old woman. I am an old woman. I'm an old woman. Thank you so much. I want a big round of applause for Roki Kilroy, Valerie Kramer, and Sands Hall. And as Sands pointed out, all the people working their butts off here tonight to make this work out for everybody. It's not easy. And the coolest thing about it is that you're all listening to music, and they're like staying out of your way and making it happen. And that's hard to do too, you know? I don't know about you, but I make a lot of noise in the kitchen. And this would be hard. Is there some editorializing going on? And this is Mr. Sean Feeder. This is a song called Gifts. Each gilded field of grain, each drop of morning dew, sweet scent after the first rain. These are my gifts to you. At a rushing river, a dipper sings. Rapid trills and down she swoops. Beads of water on her wings. These are my gifts to you. rust-colored leaves, resting now beneath where they grew. Iced veins map memories of spring. These are my gifts to you. Storm clouds find home on the peaks. Snow blows into drifts and dunes. Streams run at the sun's first heat. These are my gifts to you. These are my gifts to you. Oh, my darling girls and boys, eyes on your plastic toys while the world is burning down, down. Come closer now, hear how you all belong here, like the cougar and the mule deer, like the heavens This moment of senses, this moment of aware, this moment when the light breaks through, moment of choice that's in the air. These are my gifts to you. These are my gifts to you.
Okay, so Rita's going to stay on stage, and I invite Roki and Sands up here. Come on up, and Valerie, wherever you are. We're going to have our panel discussion about where do these songs come from? How do they arise in these women? We're so lucky to have these local singer-songwriters. Okay, so we're going to start our panel discussion here. And I think what we'll do is we'll pass the mic and we'll see some answers to these questions. And then if you have questions, please let them know. So, Rita, would you want to start? Where do these songs come from?
Where do these songs come from? All right, first I have to get everyone's attention. Hey, yeah! Can I get an amen? Okay, good. Where did these songs come from, you ask? Thank you. Well, I mentioned sometimes poems. More lately, I'm working on poems, so I'm thinking about that. But they come from all sorts of places. They stuff that pops in your head, stuff that, lyrics you might write down, or melodies. There's people who do melodies first, lyrics first, and most people I know say, I just do whatever, I'll take anything when it comes. So, we could talk more about ideas for getting songs, but maybe we'll wait for that.
Nice move. So I like that. Well, I hate talking, but you know what? I'll do it because you guys are great. And usually I ramble on, but I'm going to not do that. So I'm just going to go ahead. She's like, don't do it. Just don't do it. I will tell you that my song ideas come from usually a place of, like, it needs to come out, usually expression, something that happens in my life, or a friend, or sometimes it's not even from me or of me. It's like someone else is talking about a situation they're going through, and it almost like kind of like implants itself into the artist that's in my brain, and more like in my heart, because my brain doesn't really help, right? We have to turn that thing off to write songs. So sometimes it's just a calling in the heart, and for me, mostly it's almost like is like a roaring that like is. It like threatens to shake me apart by the seams, I swear. So that's kind of what songwriting is for me. I gotta get it out, right? Gotta get it out. Anyway, passing it on.
That's just wonderful. It's often a phrase for me, like Wrestler's Moon, or Leaning into Loneliness, or Dancing Through the Heavens, or We're in the Deep Woods Again. That often gets me going. And I think that, or else it's, well, you heard that new song, so it's just the need to get something said, even though it takes, a decade, which sometimes they do take. I also think sometimes it's a riff, a really cool little piece of music that you're just working on, and that begins to sort of generate lyrics. And this is where I have come to love voice memo, because you can just put some weird little thing down and come back to it months or years later and go, wow, that's actually kind of cool. And I've learned to say, okay, you're in drop D tuning, and because I can't read music, I have no clue. And your fingers are on the 5th fret, in A position, whatever. So that will allow me to go back and start to find it again. So it's both, as you just said so beautifully, it's sometimes the lyric gets going, and sometimes it's a riff that starts a song.
Thank you for that lovely sentiment. So for me, a lot of my songs come from a source of pain. So I've had, like a lot of us, we've had our fair share of tragedy and difficult relationships, or sometimes really loving relationships that are complicated. But most of the time I just need to just get those words out. And a lot of times, I don't even know I'm doing it. I'll just be playing my guitar, and all of a sudden this melody will just come to me, and I'll go, what does that melody feel like? Oh my God, it feels like my sister, or it feels like my friend's pain, or whatever, and then the lyrics just sort of follow. I don't know, it's almost like something magic that happens sometimes, and other times it's a struggle. But but it's usually from other people's pain or my pain. Yeah.
You could take the beginning of the next question, maybe.
Good idea. Yes, so I'm curious, are there times as songwriters that you wish you could write a song and there's a block? You just can't think of what to write and it's frustrating. How do you get past that?
Okay. Well, I have a song about this essentially, or a story before a song. There's a lot of things that you can do, but one of the things that I taught myself was to bring out my old teacher timer, because I was a teacher, and we all had timers or have timers, and yeah, love the timers. Pulled out the timer, set it for 5 minutes, and said, "Okay, you're going to write a song. 5 minutes, you're going to be done." Well, I said, okay, but like at least a verse and a chorus. And in order to make it easier for myself, I assigned myself a topic. And the topic was, because I felt like the reason I couldn't write the song I wanted to write was because I didn't know enough about the subject. I said, okay, this has to be a song about something you know everything about, 100%, everything about this. So I started my timer and did a little scan across the house from my couch, and my eyes landed on the sink full of dirty dishes. And I said, that's it. And so I wrote a song in D for dishes, and out it came. It was just bits, but the timer was going tick, 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 tick. And at that point, I didn't care if it was crappy. I didn't care. I was just like, I have to finish this assignment, or I'm going to fail. And that made me do it. Just vomit something out, as people say. Put a timer on. And then people can be stuck in different ways. If you're stuck on words, if you're like, I have these words, but I don't know what to do next, give it to your friend. Have them write something. It'll spark something. Pass it on. If you're like, I have words, but I don't have chords or music, you know what I do? I look up musicians' songs that I don't know. I look up their chords, and I don't listen to the song, and I just go, what if I played with those chords? And what I come up with sounds nothing like what they wrote, because it's completely different rhythm and different everything, and what if I play with that? And it just gets you going, something. So anyway.
That's so great.
That was incredible. Thank you. I learned a lot from that. I always learn a lot from Rita and also these awesome ladies. I think that tailing on that, one of the things that I've really enjoyed doing is, like you said, like throwing it to a friend. I have a friend who's a poet, and she's amazing, and she turns out to be one of my best co-writers, because she has like these endless lyrics just coming to her. She's like, I have tons of lyrics but no melody, and I'm like, I have nothing but melody sometimes, and sometimes I only have lyrics, so it kind of works either way. And then my brother is really into melody, so it's kind of like, hey Jason, what do you think of this, or what do you think of that? I feel like co-writing is my favorite thing ever. When I just write alone, it's also really, it's cathartic, it's like expressive, but when I write with other people, I really enjoy that a lot more. I used to write in Nashville a long time ago. It feels like a lifetime ago, and I would write with artists. I would write for them, and they would sit in the room. It was right when Music Row failed, and it was right after I first met you, and actually right before, and then continuing through. But long story short, basically, it was a really great practice for me, because like Rita said, to have a timer, they would say, okay, you need to at least have 3 hours a day where you just sit down and you write music. And it kind of like helps, like anything, working out, it helps you break through those blocks. But yeah, just kind of keeping it going, and then on top of it, like having passion about something. If you start to hit a block, sometimes you're just not passionate about what you're writing about. Maybe talk to someone who knows about it. Like you have to write a song about a big truck driver, right? Like a big old semi truck. You don't have that experience, but talk to someone. Maybe that will like spark some, inspiration. But that's a random. I never had that song, but now maybe I need to write one. So.
Wow, I love those answers. Yeah, that's beautiful, Rita. Thank you. Because I have various art forms, what very happens is I kind of go do those, and I go write or I go direct. In fact, I'll just say that it's been an incredibly fallow period for the last, that's a nice word for it, arid period for the last 3 years in terms of songs. And I kind of got to like, oh, it's just not, well, actually, I will say every time I finish a song, I think that's it. because I am amazed that they come. I'm just amazed that they come. And it just feels like this gift from the heavens every single time. So I often just go, well, that's it. I guess I'm not going to do it again. But this last little 3-year period was kind of like icky. So this recent song was really, really wonderful for me. And I thank you so much for listening for it. That's all I'm going to say. I just turn to other art forms. And sometimes out of that, something comes. And I do know that if I just go sit and noodle on my guitar, something will come. That is the one thing I do know. But do I do that? So.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. I mean, I'm in a really arid period right now. Actually, I've been for the past over 5 years. I lost my son May 13th of 2020. And before that, I was a songwriting fiend, and I just haven't been able to do it lately. But I'm starting to come back. Thank you to Jesse, who pushed me, and to Kathy Barwick and Pete Siegfried, who pushed me, supported me all the time. One thing that I picked up from a writer, Anne Lamott, who's from Marin County. She wrote a book called Bird by Bird, and she's a writer. And one thing that she taught me was just put a small picture frame on your desk, just a small one, and fill it in with as many words as will fit in that frame. And then walk away, and then come back and see if that's something that you want to continue. And sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. But I will tell you, rhyming dictionaries really inspire me. So if I can't think of a rhyme, I see something, and I go, oh my gosh, there's the line, So something will come along and kind of push you.
Thank you for those answers. It's actually, I don't need to ask my next question about how people can get inspired to write, because you are addressing those very things for us and for each other, and it's beautiful. So does anybody have another question that they want answered? Maybe we covered it. Oh, over there. Yes. I do write songs, Stephen. I haven't heard of one. Okay. I write medleys, right?
She writes medleys.
Well, thank you all for coming tonight. It's been such a pleasure.
Yeah, can we thank Susan for putting this together all by herself?